So what if I told you that refining your brand doesn't have to feel like you're climbing a mountain, and you don't have to be burnt out while trying to do everything and be everywhere and trying to figure out a better way to do it and just being all over the place, and you're trying to figure out how to get closer to being started? Well, if that sounds like you, in this video I'm going to give you 5 tips on how you can refine your brand and do it without being burnt out. And so if that is something you are interested in, get that pen and get that paper, because I'm going to tell you these 5 steps, and at the end of this video you're going to know how to refine your brand, and you're going to know how to do it without burnout. Well, hello awesome people, and welcome back to this channel. As you know, we love branding and marketing and teaching you how to monetize and build that brand. Well, today I want to talk about 5 things that's been working for me in my system, and how this system will help you refine your brand. We're at the beginning of June, and maybe even enhance it so that you can start building that business that you love. So get that pen and paper. If you don't know me, I'm Marshalyn Hudson, and I'm a brand and marketing strategist and an AI trainer. And down below, I'm going to drop down there for you my Power of One ebook. You can grab that for free so that you'll know how to refine your brand. So let's hop into it. Step 1, in the system that I have, and I call it the Power of One. I was all over the place. I was doing everything and things just weren't working. And now there's so much momentum. I remember when I first started this YouTube channel, I didn't have any subscribers. And then I got serious about this channel, and then it started growing. And then I got 50 subscribers. Then I got 100. Then I got 150 and 200, 300. I'm headed to 400 and 500. But I realized I don't need a big audience to be successful. I just need the right people. So step 1 is you got to clarify your message if you want to attract the right people. And when I say clarify your message, I'm just going to use myself for an example. When I started my system and I was trying to figure out how to grow my brand, how to grow my business, and how I wanted to align everything, all of my goals with where I wanted to go. But my message wasn't clear, and I'm thinking, if it's not clear to me, how is it going to be clear to other people? So you have to clarify that message if you want to attract the right people. So before you can refine your brand, you need to define it. And I like the 4 questions that I always ask my clients when we're first starting and getting going with branding. I always like to say, what do you want to be known as? Who do you want to be known as? Okay. The second question is, who do you want to serve? Don't try to serve everyone, because when you try to serve everyone, you serve no one. The third thing is, what's your transformation statement? What framework do you use to help them with the transformation that they want? And the fourth one is, what problem do you solve? So you need to know those 4, and it clarifies your message. So you may write that down. You may get a pen and paper and write those 4 down, because if you don't clarify your message, it is very hard to refine your brand. It's very hard to grow your brand, and it's very hard to attract the right people. I'd rather have 100 or 200 loyal fans and followers than to have 10,000 who are just not doing anything and aligning with my business. That's why I created the Power of One. I love it because when we focus on one goal and one direction, and I'm not saying you can't do other things, but when we focus on one roadmap or alignment, then we can expand once we get this down, and then we get the next thing down. And like I say, down below, I'm going to put the Power of One ebook down there for you. It's free for you to get, and it's great. One signature program, one specific client, one simple message, a simple strategy, and so you can grab that. The second step is, step 2 is, you want to audit and align your brand. You don't want to say yes to everything. You don't want to try to be everywhere, but you want to make sure you audit. And when I say audit, we're at the beginning of the month. I love beginnings, and I audit myself. I go and look at my website, and I check all of my pages, and I make sure that everything is lining up with my brand identity, my brand voice, what my message is. And if I need need to tweak, I'll do that tweaking. I'll go look at my bios on my social media, whether it's Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook or even YouTube, my favorite channel. I go and check that out. I look at my brand colors to make sure, everything is aligned with my message and where I want to go. So you want to make sure that everything you put out feels consistent, okay? And you feel confident and it is connected. It's very hard to get the right people if we're not connected, if we're not aligned. So you want to audit and align. And you might say, okay, Marsha, I hadn't really been doing much. That's okay. Well, wherever you are, whether it's one platform or two platforms, if you know anything about me, I said when you're getting started and you're solo, you don't need but 1 to 2 platforms. Build your brand for 12 weeks and then move forward after that. But you might say, I haven't been doing anything, and that's okay. Well, you start. And you decide, you might say, well, I'm on Facebook. I want to audit and align and build my brand there. I'm on LinkedIn. But then you go and you check your bio. You go and you check your banners. You check your message. And you do an audit and you tweak and you align. Because you want everything to match and you want everything to be connected. And you might say, well, is that hard? No. I think it takes not even a whole day to audit yourself and make sure everything's connected and aligned with where you want to go for these next few months of 2025. So step 3, and this is what I do in my own system that I'm sharing with you, how to refine your brand and how to do it without burning out. And it is wonderful because you will not burn out if you follow this system. Once you get step 1, your message down, you're done. Once you do your audit and make sure everything's connected and aligned in step 2, you're done. Okay, then we move to step 3. Simplify your platforms and your presence. I cannot stress that enough. When I was chasing shiny objects and trying to be everywhere, I thought being everywhere and doing more meant I was going to get more business. Now, yes, I am in a lot of places, but I have a team. Okay, but if I was solopreneur and I didn't have a team, I would simplify, but I'm still simplifying. Even though I have a team, I still believe in step 3, simplify your platforms and your presence. I've been teaching social media branding for a long time, since 2015, and things are different now. You don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to be on every platform. You don't have to be doing everything, and you can just simplify. And when I say that, you might pick 1 to 2 platforms where your actual ideal audience might be. Now, I am social media brand strategist, and of course I'm on a lot of platforms, but like I said, I have a team, but I have 2 main ones. I don't make every platform my primary platform. I am on Facebook and Instagram. Those are not my 2 primary platforms, but my 2 primary ones that I am on are YouTube and LinkedIn. And the reason why I picked YouTube and LinkedIn is because my clients are mainly individual coaches and speakers. They're aspiring or they're established, and they want to monetize with maybe digital products or a book or whatever. And then I have corporate people calling me to speak and train. So YouTube and LinkedIn are my 2 main platforms, and they're great for me. So that's simplifying. And I make sure I really focus my content. I focus my connections. I focus being aligned on those 2 more so than my Instagram and Facebook. I may post there once a week or twice, but I'm really going to focus on my 2 main ones and simplify, maybe 3 days a week. So you don't have to be everywhere every day. And so now what I'm doing is I'm simplifying my presence also, because there are millions and thousands and billions of people online, 4.6 billion. Okay, Instagram has a big audience. LinkedIn has a big audience. YouTube has a big audience. Facebook. So you can simplify your presence. You don't have to be everywhere. And I always say you don't need a huge audience to make money. You need the right audience, whether it's 100 people or 200 or 300, 500 of the right people that found you on 1 platform or 2 can grow your brand. And so we're talking about refining and simplifying. So step 3 is simplify your platforms and your presence. You know what that does? That really helps you stay away from being burnt out. I remember being burnt out, and I was doing everything, working every day, doing a lot, and I don't want to be burnt out anymore. And you don't have to be burnt out building a brand. And that's a good thing. I like what Gary Vee says. He says it's not even social media anymore, it's interest media. You just need to be interesting with your content to the right people who need what you have, who want the transformation that you offer, and who feel like you are the solution. You can solve the problem that they have. When people feel seen and heard and they resonate with you and you're authentic, they want to work with you because they want whatever challenges and struggles they're having, they want them to go away, right? So that's step 3. So 1 to 2 platforms. I like YouTube and LinkedIn for my audience. You pick the ones for your audience. But refining your brand also means giving yourself permission to stop over texting and over posting and being burnt out and being scattered all over the place. So step 4, you want to create a brand content system. And if you know anything about me, if you've been following me, I like to talk about the content pillars, right? Some people call them content themes, content pillars, whatever you want to call them. But when you create a brand content system, you pick 4 to 5 content pillars for your brand. For my system, one of my content pillars is branding. So I might post on how to build your brand, how to refine your brand, how not to be burnt out, right, with your brand. And so my content can revolve around that one pillar sometime. Another one I might have is on marketing, with how to create your marketing plan, how to use AI to save time, how to use your social media platform to drive traffic to your email. And so another pillar I have is mindset and inspiration. I might talk about mindset because I truly believe your mindset is the key to your success. So sometimes my post is about mindset and inspiration, and I'm inspiring my people to be encouraged and not give up. So that's a content pillar that I post from. And when I say post, it doesn't have to just be social media. It might be in my Substack newsletter, and I put a link down below to my Substack newsletter so you can go and grab that and become a subscriber. It may be content for my email, or it may be content for my podcast. So when I say posting, not just the social media, so what I'm doing is I'm creating this content system that once again is aligned and connected. And so another content pillar is my entrepreneur journey. I love to show people that I'm real, I'm authentic. I have wins, but I have losses. I have challenges, but I have times that things are great. I have struggles. And so I like to show my journey of how sometimes I was scattered, sometimes I was stuck, and then things are moving along. So one of my pillars is the entrepreneur journey. And so I can just post the rest of the year from those pillars, whether it's to my email, whether it's on a podcast, whether it's like this on a YouTube video, or it's my social media, whether I'm doing a webinar, everything is aligned and connected to the content pillar. And get this, it all focuses back, and it matches the core message from step 1, right? It matches the audit from step 2, when I audit and aligned and make sure everything is right. It matches step 3, where I simplify and I'm present. Maybe it's 2 or 3 days a week. And so number 4, creating this brand content system helps me to stay on track. It helps me to keep my message clear. It helps my people to know what's clear. If they want to work with me, it helps them to know what I can do for them. And so with this system, I like to say, let's not be burnt out. Let's not be everywhere. And I like the 3-2-1 system. Okay. And if you've never heard me talk about my 3-2-1 system, it is post 3 days a week. So you're not overwhelmed. You're not burning out. 2 platforms, pick the 2 where your audience might be, or you just like those 2, okay? And 1 email a week. That's my 3-2-1 system. 3 posts a week to your social media, because social media does help you to build credibility, helps you with visibility. It is a great tool, but it's not a strategy, okay? Just posting is not a strategy. So 3 days a week, 2 platforms, 1 to 2 platforms where you're going to focus on, and 1 email a week. That's my 3-2-1 plan. And you can repurpose your content, and you can use the same content in different places. You just want to build a brand that's consistent without being burnt out. And the last one is number 5. You want to make sure that when you start refining or building a brand and you're getting momentum and you're moving forward, you want to have a funnel that works for you. Okay. And this is the last step that has worked well for me in my system and to keep me from being burnt out and refining my brand. Now I've had to refine it and I've had to tweak it and make sure that the message is clear, where I want to go is clear, what I want to do as a coach, a speaker, and a trainer is aligned with all of my goals. And that's what you want. And so now I had to have a funnel to make all of those steps work, to whereas now the people who I've attracted attention from them, I've been visible, maybe they've downloaded something, my ebook, so they've downloaded a guide that I've created. Now they're in my email and I'm emailing and I'm nurturing them. So now I have this funnel. Okay. And so the last step is a funnel. You have to know how to help people take the next step, how to take action. So once they like or follow, because that doesn't bring money to the bank, but once they like or follow, or maybe it's 5 people, you don't need a lot of people to really start building a brand and growing. Maybe it's 5 people who found you online, or they saw your newsletter, or they heard you on a podcast or whatever. Now you funnel these people into your email, right? And now you stay on top of mind, because every week you're still posting you're in the email, but your content in the email is still from the content pillars. Email is not like it used to be. It's not that people don't like email, they just don't like boring and bad ones. But if you're giving value in your email from your content pillars, they are going to really like your email and open them. And so this is where you start really building your brand, building your bank account. Now you have people in here who, in your email, they like you, they like your content, they trust you, they feel heard by you, they feel seen by you, they feel good about you. And when they are ready to move to the next step, then they are going to be ready to move to the next step with you. And you might have an offer in your email where they can book a call with you, a sales call, and you can find out what's going on with them and how you can help them. You may have an offer where you have created a mini course, and it may be $47, and you let them know and people start buying your mini course. We're talking about this funnel that takes people from strangers to leads to clients, and posting is not the end of the funnel. Or you may have an offer where you're having a workshop and people are going to pay a certain amount, a good amount for your workshop. You may have premium offers where you have one-on-one coaching. It may be 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 8 weeks. And so now these people, when they are ready to move to the next level, then they are going to take out their credit card because they trust you. They trust you had a transformation for them. They trust you had a solution to their problem, and they're going to work with you. And the good thing about it, as we wrap up, you are going to help them because you're going to be the solution and you're going to get them the results. So when you use these steps and they get to the point where they pull out the credit card and they want to work with you in a workshop or training, or they want you to come speak, or you write a book and they want to buy your book or whatever, the good thing is you are going to help them. So now you create more impact, you create more influence, and you create more income. So I hope that these tips have helped you. Don't forget to get down in the description, because I got some good goodies down there for you to grab to help you as you refine your brand and as you do it without being burnt out and without being stressed out. And so as we wrap up, as a recap, and I hope you had that pen and you wrote it down, step 1, it's so simple. This is a system I have used. Step 1, clarify that message with those 4 questions. Okay. Step 2, audit and align. If you hadn't done anything with your sites lately, audit. If you have, still audit to make sure everything's connected. Step 3, simplify. You don't want to be overwhelmed and you don't want to burn out. Simplify your platform. 1 platform could work. It doesn't even have to be 2. And simplify your presence. Okay, 2-3 days a week, that's enough. Okay, step 4, create a brand content system where you have your content pillars and you use my 3-2-1 system. Okay, 3 times you post, 2 platforms, and 1 email a week. Okay, and that's step 4. And step 5, now bring it home and create that funnel. And when you create that funnel and you take them from social media through that funnel, now you're monetizing, where they might buy a course, or they might buy your book, or they might buy a coaching program, or they might buy a workshop that you're having. And it's fun, and it's not burnout, and you're not stressed out. So I hope that this has helped you. And don't forget, as I always like to say, we're at the beginning of a month, and I love beginnings. It's Jubilant June. That's what we're going to call this, Jubilant June. I always like to say the secret sauce to your success is you. It's not the algorithm. It's not all of the stuff. It's not the shiny object. It's the decisions and the choices that you make. So the secret sauce to your success is you.